Welcome to Balaton, where there is a wonderful conference organized by the Hungarian Baptist Union and also in cooperation with Hungarian Baptist Aid. My guest today is Jozsef Steiner, who is Director for Missions for Hungarian Baptist Aid. Welcome to Intersections, Jozsef.
Thank you very much, Brother Oti.
It's good to be here on a wonderful day in Hungary. And please tell me something about Hungarian Baptist Aid and what you do.
Yes, Hungarian Baptist Aid was established 20 years ago by a Hungarian Baptist pastor, Sándor Szenci, on $20. It was donated by an old widow, and she told Pastor Sándor that here is this money, make world mission on this money. And from that time, in the last 20 years, first the construction of this ministry was pretty slow, but still it started internationally, not locally or not nationally. Our friends in the Hungarian Baptist Aid, they went to places where there was a natural catastrophe and different kind of wars, and they helped humanitarian aid and food.
You know, I must say that we were inspired in Romania, for example, when Haiti had the big earthquake.
Yes.
The news that Hungarian Baptist Aid was there in 48 hours makes such a big impression that the Romanian Baptists themselves raised a lot of money for Haiti.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying so. As a matter of fact, as a side note, I would like to mention that right now we are building a sub-organization called Baptist Respond 24. So in 24 hours, we would like to be everywhere where a catastrophe happens or anything like that. So basically, that's in the DNA of the Hungarian Baptist Aid that we started on international fields.
Is it mainly a response to a catastrophe, but does it do other things as well?
This operation especially is about rescue and search and rescue operations, but it's just a sub-organization.
Do you work with volunteers or just
yes.
Also with professionals who are employed, or mostly volunteers?
The goal is to find professional volunteers, because especially we need firefighters, doctors, and people who can do this first response kind of catastrophe search and rescue, so that's very important.
Yeah, from the European Baptist Federation, I remember that you had a response team in Nepal, I think, as well.
Yes, exactly, and we have been involved in the tsunami. We built up orphanages in Haiti, and is still led and financed through Hungarian Baptist Aid, so even from Hungary, remote places, we try to appear. But of course, in the country of Hungary, we are also involved in aid work as well as running educational institutions and social institutes.
I'm very interested in part of our faith and culture research. We are trying to understand how better Christians could be witnesses to the world by helping. So that's why our discussion today.
Exactly, this is our experience that we are inside of the Hungarian Baptist Union. So basically, we are people with mission. We have our message, we have our value system, but it's totally integrated together with the good deeds and practical help what we would like to and we can provide to the people.
One of the hot issues, if we say so, in Europe is the migrant crisis, and Hungary made big news everywhere last year by building a fence. So how does Hungarian Baptist Aid relate with its mission and vision to help those in need, also with a fence? Do you have a key to the fence? Do you have a special...
That's a good idea, so probably I need to ask a key from the government, but going back to serious discussion, we think that this is a very complex situation. And of course, this is the number one issue, maybe the number one issue now in Europe. So there are many sides of this, many dangers, many benefits, many advantages of this entire situation. And we don't criticize the government at all, because we think that a government's role is to protect the country.
Yes.
And we are not very happy if we see that crowds are flooding Hungary, watering up our culture and religions and all of this. But at the other side, we are an aid organization. We are Christian people who, in the name of Christ, we are helping the needy people. So especially in late August, September, October, when the migrants, the refugees, started to flood Budapest, especially at the train stations,
We saw pictures of that on
yes,
TV.
it was huge crowd. We appeared there, and temporarily we stopped all of the other projects, and each and every department, ourselves, directors of this organization, and everybody went there to see how can we help. And it was very interesting, because I remember that I was standing in the middle of that square with my wife, who is my colleague as well, and other colleagues, and the waves of crowds, waves of people arrived. Very needy people. It was very obvious that many of them were injured after having walking weeks on railroad tracks, injured legs, no shoe in October. Many of the kids already had flu or kind of cold or something, because the nights are cold in October. So basically we set up tents and little stations providing medical help, food, clothes, blankets, tents, and all kinds of things. And I think that's our duty, and that's our joy in a sad situation, to help, to provide help for the sake of Christ.
You know, the Center for Faith and Culture in the University of Bucharest is part of a state university,
yes.
But we are a Baptist faculty, and we have a social work program. So we are very interested if you think that there is a possibility to work as Christians with other religions, for example. How do you feel this relationship? Because you are helping probably many people who are not Christians, Muslims.
Yes, exactly.
Was that a problem, or?
No. When we see who is the target group, we help any kind of and every kind of people. So, of course, our first responsibility probably to help the Christians around us and other countries, but we are not selecting the people, we are not judging them. So when the migrants coming, when the refugees coming, we are not asking what is your religion and then put the priority on Christians and others. Let me just mention one example. Of course, these refugees, most of them, majority of them, don't want to stay in Hungary. They go to Germany or West Europe. But a few, yes. So we have a home. Hungarian Baptist Aid operates a home for refugees with 200 people. These 200 like to stay in Hungary, and they already learning the language. We have schools for the kids.
I heard it's very easy to learn Hungarian.
Oh yes, it is. Some says that this will be the language of eternity, yeah. And if you ask why, because it takes eternity to learn it. So, yeah. So anyhow, so these 200 people are receiving accommodation, food, everything on a daily basis, and many of them are Muslims. A few of them are Christians, but it doesn't matter for us as we provide help for them.
So what are the challenges for Hungarian Baptist Aid, both in this migrant issue, but also beyond that, because you deal with far more than the migrant issue?
Yes, that's a little part now, and as a matter of fact, as of today, we don't have the migrants in because of the fence, so we go out to Croatia and Serbia and working with other Baptists and just other Christians from other organizations and religious movement, the other side of the borders. Of course, we have our challenges. I think our organization has grown very big. It started with $20, and now we have more than 3,000 employees, including
wow.
all of the teachers, all of the people who are working in the social institutes. So I think one constant issue is that how to handle this growth, and of course, since we are involved in so many projects, how to get enough financial resources in this. And we are receiving donations from private individuals, from churches, Baptist churches and others. We apply for grants from the government or European Union, and we have many partner organizations internationally, from the USA, from UK and other places. So I think it's a constant challenge that despite of the fact that we got the possibility from our Heavenly Father financially too, but it's still a constant issue how to maintain this, how to keep up the good work, even extend it. The other thing is to find the good balance, that how can we find the best team workers, the best employees. We need experts for these jobs, especially when we go to the search and rescue operations. You need professional people, but at the same time, we would like to see Christians who are confessing their faith, and sometimes the selection is not big enough. So that's why more and more we are seeking for employees and other helpers internationally, not only inside of the borders of Hungary.
Thank you, Jozsef, and I wish you God's blessing in all that you're doing, and köszönöm szépen.
Thank you very much. Szívesen.